Okay.
Describe an instance where you needed to meet a goal in an incredibly short amount of time.
One instance where we needed to meet a goal in a really short amount of time was when I got a crisis call from a treatment facility. We were living in Houston at the time, and the facility called us because they knew our work and they trusted us. And this was a crisis situation where a female engineer who worked for a very strong, reputable company had spiraled out of control. She was on the floor, completely intoxicated and out of her mind. It was later determined that she didn't meet all the diagnostic criteria for an alcoholic. Her husband was there, and it was either to call the police or to call in a crisis management team in order to get her in treatment. She was uncooperative with the family, and that's when we got the call in 30 minutes. And that's where my family is so supportive of the work. I knew this was something that was bigger than me. I could not accomplish it on my own. I had to have a driver in order to keep her stable, and I couldn't both drive and put my focus on her at the same time. So that's when my husband, who is a partner in the company, I said, "What are you doing right now? You need to go with me, grab a change of clothes, and get in the car as fast as you can." And so it was just a matter of getting directions, putting them in the GPS, and getting to this family. We responded and were to her. They lived, I want to say about 15 miles from where we did. And that's part of why the treatment facility called us. So we would be able to respond, get to her. We drove her to treatment. And that's where the intervention in her, it wasn't a planned intervention. We could train a team. We had to use what we could, because she was either going to jail because the police were there, or we were going in to get her help. And so her family knew. And that's where we do whatever it takes. When we get that call and we know there's an urgency, and that's part of where my training as a registered nurse, working in crisis units like emergency room, ICU, labor and delivery, that's where I learned to be able to, in my head, stay calm, but strategically plan and quickly move when necessary. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that every day of the week, but we take great pride in being able to look at each situation individually, coming up with, assessing what's going on, come up with a plan and implement that plan and get that person into safety in the best interest of her or him and the whole family system. What we do is rehabilitate family systems that are in crisis as a result of addictions or mental health.